Hello, my name is Stacy. Welcome to my channel, Simply Liminal. Thank you so much for being here. This is my Ostara reading or the Spring Equinox reading. Certainly, if you follow the wheel of the year, there are 8 major holidays or turns of the wheel, and Ostara is at one of them. It correlates with the spring equinox, or the spring equinox if you're in the northern hemisphere, as I am. It is the fall equinox in the southern hemisphere. But one of the things I love the most about the equinoxes is that we are in balance. No matter where you are on planet Earth, we are in balance, which is kind of ironic because we're in the midst of eclipse season and nothing feels balanced. Everything feels chaotic and edgy, I think, during eclipse season. Also, our world just feels really not out of control, but right on the edge of there. It's challenging for a lot of people and in a lot of places. But right now, we are in balance. And it is a beautiful thing. The days and nights are equal in length, and that is gorgeous. We are coming out of winter and moving into summer. And where I'm at in northeastern Montana, I'm more than ready to say goodbye to winter. Although I love winter season, I am ready to say goodbye to it and welcome summer energy in. So if you see a shadow over here to the left, that is my black cat, Remy. He's kind of curious. He doesn't normally check out my readings, but he's just settling in and watching me right now. So, hey, Remy. For these readings this year, we've been using this oracle deck. This is the Sacred Destiny Oracle by Denise Linn. Last year, I used a different one of her decks for the the cross-quarter holiday readings. It was the Sacred Forest, and this year I was called to use this one. So I always read with candles, and so here's my candle. I will be moving it out of the way just so it gives us a little bit more room. I also always keep a few crystals around. Amazonite to help with communication. Agate, this is my agate star, which I love. It is for strength. And I have my trusty little owl guide, which was a gift from a friend. So let's see what our readings have in store for us. Now, I did clear, but I'm kind of called to clear a little bit again with some white sage. So bear with me while I just bring a little bit of this energy into our space. I hope everyone is doing well. This deck has been fun and fascinating this year. Last year I did readings a little bit differently. This year I was called to do 5-card reading for this, and I'm looking at it as messages from the elements. And so the elements we're working with are earth, water, air, fire, and spirit, which is a beautiful, beautiful blessing. And I read intuitively, but I also read the messages in the decks, or in the books, because I think that the information provided is spectacular, especially by Denise. She has such wonderful wording. So let us see what the cards have in store for us, what this season has in store for us when we are in balance. And depending on where you're at in the world, you know, you'll be moving either into shorter days and longer nights, or like we are in the northern hemisphere, we are moving into shorter nights and longer days. So let's see what Spirit has in store for us. So our first message will be from Earth. Then our next message will be from Water. Then a message from Air. The message from Fire. And lastly, our message from Spirit. So let's go ahead and see what the cards have in store for us, what this season has in store for us, what this beautiful equinox energy has in store for us. We have the protection message. This came up for us last reading, in the in-bulk reading. It was our message from Spirit, but this time this is our message from the earth. So we have protection. So this is an interesting card. It is a mighty, mighty tree standing in the midst of a plain, and there is lightning flashing in the trees. But the things underneath this tree are protected. They are sheltered. So let's go ahead and look at this message and see what the card hasn't, or what the message has in store for us. But I think the earth is telling us to guard a little bit. No that you need to keep yourself safe. I'm not saying you have to stay at home or you can't go anywhere, but just make good choices. And also not just protect yourself, but do what you can to protect the earth. So the subtitle of this card is the Guardian Oak, which that is the oak tree right here. And I have a special connection with oak trees. My family has multiple oak trees, even though they're not necessarily common in Montana. My great-grandparents brought a couple seedlings out from their farm in Ohio when they homesteaded here in the early 1900s. And those trees have spawned other oak trees. Last year, my mom and I got 3 of 4 oak trees just to grow from acorns in the ground. So that was pretty beautiful, and I'm excited to see what spring has in store for that. So the message here on this card is one of the most potent signs on the sacred landscape is the ancient oak tree. It carries numerous meanings. Most importantly, you are protected. It says you can weather anything. Your roots go deep. You are brave and you can survive anything. Stand strong. You carry the energy of a leader and you have great authority in life. Great wisdom is expanding within you and others can sense this. This card can also mean to protect your assets, take care to guard and protect your home, your loved ones, and yourself. So if you believe in doing a little bit of spell work or energy work or prayer work, say some prayers to protect yourself and your loved ones and your things. But also know that this is a message from the earth telling you that you are strong. You can handle what's coming. And it does seem like the world's bumpy right now and going to get bumpier. I mean, eclipse season always seems to shake things up a little bit. And really, we don't even know the full effects of that for 6 months until we reach another eclipse season. But anyway, so this is our message from Earth. Now let's look at our message from water. What we want to keep in mind from the water element. We have wisdom. Oh, this is a beautiful card. You can see here, I'm trying to, sorry, the lighting, try to get this so you can see. Anyways, this is sort of an ethereal mermaid here in the water. There's a school of fish, there's starfish, but here shimmering in the water is a mermaid. And this almost looks magical to me, as if it isn't a true being, but a spirit being or an energetic being. But the message from water is wisdom. Water is an interesting substance because it can be very comforting and cleansing and relaxing. And it can also be quite destructive depending on how it is or how it's working. I mean, a month ago, I had a broken water line in my house and it filled my crawl space up. I had about 2 feet of water down there, which wasn't ideal. The swimming pool I always wanted, just not where I wanted it. Anyway, these are things that happen. There are greater blessings in life. There's always going to be little challenges, but the water card makes me think of that right now. So the subtitle of this card is called The Depths of the Sea. So the message here is things are not as they seem. Look beneath the surface in your life. For example, how you might feel that you aren't making progress on a particular project, yet beneath the surface, things are happening. Or you might be going through a stormy cycle. This card is letting you know that even though the surface of your life might be a bit rocky or wobbly, in a deeper place, all is well and serenity and peace are emerging. Things that may still seem challenging will later be revealed to have been beneficial. One thing I've told myself a lot in the last year, because it has been a challenging year since about this time last year, honestly, has been challenging. And I had to remind myself often to think about it in terms of not, why is this happening to me? But why is this happening for me? How is this helping me? How is this helping the people around me? Is there a path to me becoming a better person because of these challenges I'm facing now? And I hope that the answer to that all is yes. So, of course, time tells with all things. So we have the message of wisdom coming to us from water. Now let's take a look at our energy our message from air. So our air message is thriving. This is another lovely card. Honestly, the artwork on these cards is always stunning and beautiful. But we have giraffes, one here. There's 2 others in the background. So 3. We also have 3 trees here. So 3 is interesting in the artwork. We have this tree and then we have 2 in the background. 3 is a very magical and very spiritual number in tarot, associated with the Empress energy. And of course, she is nurturing and thriving and creative and abundant. And this card looks really abundant. And we have above us, or above the picture, we have the moon and the starry skies, and it's really pretty, but thriving. And thriving is an energy that tells us things are going well. Somebody's doing good. You know, things are being positive. Things are successful. Things are going the way we hope they go. The subtitle on this card is African Savannah, and the message here says, if you draw this card, you are a survivor. And remember, this message is coming to us from the element of air. Air is often associated with the direction of east. It is new beginnings, fresh starts, the thought, mind, thinking process, energy, wind. These are kind of the ideas or concepts that we're working with. And not, okay, so if you draw this card, you are a survivor. And not only do you survive, but you use situations that others might find challenging to thrive. This kind of goes with the wisdom that I was talking about, or even my story about the water break in my crawl space. And actually, I didn't have water for a long time in my house, which wasn't ideal. It was challenging, but you can overcome. And I wasn't the only person in the terrible cold snap that we had that was out of water. And I just was like, other people need water before I need water. And I think probably all the people that I know who are challenged in that way have now had their water returned to them. So you expand when others shrink. This may be the time to adapt to your circumstances rather than overcome them. So adaptation is interesting. Sometimes we need to do that. Sometimes we think we have to overcome or face any challenge, but sometimes it's us that needs to change, move a little bit, back away a little bit, or go with the flow. You have a remarkable ability to step beyond any challenge. You are strong. Others may find shelter in your energy, and right now that's okay. Through giving to others, you are in turn nourished. This card may be urging you to step into a primordial, powerful, wild part of yourself. Doing this will increase your vitality and contribute to your overall well-being. It's interesting that this card also talks about strength, protection, because really that's kind of the message that we were getting from Earth. And they do line up the same way. But we have this energy of thriving and really saying that you can survive and you can overcome things. And however you do it, whether it's facing it as a challenge head on and overcoming it, or if it's stepping sideways a little bit or adapting, it's okay. However you face the challenge, you will continue to move forward because you are thriving. So let's see what fire has for us. Now, fire is often associated with the South, with the season of summer. It's heat, it's vibrant energy, it's creative, it's abundant, it's heat and lovely sun energy. And I'm a Leo, a double Leo, as a matter of fact, sun and moon. And so I love me the fire season. You know, you have to be cautious of fire. Fire can burn you. It can be damaging, but it can also be protective. It can be nurturing. So let's see what our message from the fire element is. We have release. I honestly feel like this came up on our last reading too. It was in a different position. I'm trying to, I don't remember. I don't recall right now. Feel free to look back at the Imbolc reading, but I believe the release card came up because I always think of, you know, this card seems very fall-like energy, and Imbolc is really like the beginning of spring. Like now we're at spring, but this card still has like that energy of fall tied to it. Release. We're letting go of things. But that is what fire is telling us to do here. So let's take a look at what this message says. But again, you know, it's something in my life I've been working on, trying to go through things. Like I said, last year was challenging, and I know everybody is facing challenges. And I send you prayers and love and light for the challenges you're facing. My challenges, my biggest challenge during the year was that my dearly beloved mom suffered a stroke in July, and then a week after, a massive brain bleed that left her in the ICU for um 24 days. And it was really touch and go. We didn't know what was going to happen. And it's now we're in recovery phase, and we have a long ways to go, but she's amazing and she has wonderful support around her. But one of the things, it occurred to me, because I spent 4 months outside of my home, not here. And, the things that you have sometimes you don't really need, or you have them because you want them, not because you need them. And so I'm trying to go through things and really decide, what do I have that I want to keep? What do I have that I can let go of? If I let go of it, how do I let go of it? Do I give it away? Do I donate it? Do I try to sell it? How do I release those things? Do I do that gracefully? I hope so. Actually, matter of fact, Denise Lynn, who is the author of this deck. Also, I did a clutter clearing workshop with her several years ago, and her theory on clutter is this, and she's pretty cute. Actually, she's fabulous. And she says that she also has problems with clutter and keeping too many things. And why do we have the things that we have? But the way she says to look at clutter, and this goes for everything in your life, whether you have clutter or not, is how you decide to use it. And do you love it or do you use it? These are the two reasons that you should keep things. Do you love it? Do you use it? And if you don't, release it. Let it go. Easier said than done, of course, sometimes, but it's a good rule of thumb to live with. And anyway, I lived out of 2 backpacks for about 4 months, and I am a person who likes to keep my stuff around me. So that was a learning lesson for me, that I didn't need all the things that I have. So anyways, the subtitle message for the release card is Autumn Light. And the message here is, when you receive this card, it's time to let go and surrender. Let go of situations, people, and objects that do not serve you. Let go of outmoded, self-limiting beliefs that drag you down. This is the time of stripping away superficial distractions until you reach who you are at the core. If you are holding on to the old, it is difficult for anything new to come into your life. Begin to clear your home and living environments of clutter. If you don't love it or use it, it's probably clutter. Just as she uses the verbiage in her clutter clearing workshop, she used it right here in this card. It says, clear it out of your space. It's time for a detox. To get ready for the new, you must release the old. So that is what fire is telling us. And again, that is the fire message, but it deals with heat, summer, creativity, beginnings. So maybe that's a message to us all, to kind of look around at the things we have and decide what we really need, what we don't need, what's important to us truly, what we can live without, and to allow that to happen gracefully. And I guess just kind of going with the flow. Again, it's spring here now, I guess officially spring equinox. And I'm ready for garage sailing season, not so I can pick up odd little tidbits, but so I can release odd little tidbits that hopefully other people will love. Anyway, so that is our message here. And I don't want this to go on too long, and the reading is already pushing 20 minutes. I think we're at 18 now. So let's just go ahead and look at what our message from Spirit is, and see what energy we're working with. Oh, we have relaxation. And isn't this a beautiful card? And honestly, I didn't expect this message to come from Spirit, but I love it. I love this message of relaxation. Here we have a lovely person in a hammock reading a book, silhouetted by a moon, which actually the lunar eclipse it was cloudy here that night, but it cleared up just in time for me to go out and be able to snap some pictures and just be in awe of that eclipse. And it really did look this color. So we have the message of relaxation. And this is coming to us from spirit. And so maybe that just means we need to find something that we love to do and do it, and to allow ourselves to relax. My life has changed so much in the last year. There's not a whole lot of relaxation left in my life. So I'm really going to take this one to heart. I love to read, but I have not had time really to pick up a book and enjoy myself and read in probably the last 9 months. And so maybe that's what I'm going to do in this next time frame. Find a book. I've got a couple that I need to read, or that I actually got on pre-order, that have been delivered to me, and I haven't even opened the boxes that they came in. And so maybe this is my message, just to carve out a little time in my life and allow myself to relax. So sorry, I just turned the page here. So the message here, the subtitle on this card is Harvest Moon, and the message is, when you receive this card, relax. All is well. No need to strive or push to get ahead. Beneath the surface of life, everything is gently propelling you in the right direction. You can lay down your burdens and simply unwind. Slow down and allow calmness to fill you. When you relax and relinquish control, your intuition expands, and you create space for your spirit guardians to help you. When this happens, listen to them. The messages they speak in could be spirit animals. They could be in angel numbers. They could be in that one thing that you love and you see suddenly out of the blue. Those are your spirit guides talking to you. Additionally, it's vastly easier to heal and have positive outcomes in life when you are rested and not filled with worry and a need to overcome outcomes. Lie back, stretch out, and watch magic unfold in your life. Now, it was kind of ironic. I woke up this morning with the worst headache, like just terrible pounding pressure in the back of my head, back of my neck. I had dreams. I don't remember them. I've got a head cold, and that maybe is it, though. Everything feels different. But I just actually took an extra 30 minutes, and I didn't get up when I normally did. I would have liked to have taken about 3 hours, but I didn't have that time. But even that extra 30 minutes of relaxation helped me get ready to face the day. Not feeling very well, and I apologize for being nasally. I am stuffed up. I feel like the world is just dishing a little bit of stuff out. You know, this is a head cold. It's minor. I will survive it, and I hope I don't, make anybody else ill with it. But these are the little challenges that life gives you, maybe to tell you need to relax, you need to rest. Like maybe tonight I need to go to bed earlier than I normally would and get a full and complete night's sleep. And that sort of relaxation may help me heal from this head cold, a little earlier. So these are the messages that we have and that we're working with. Oop, that was a different one of my cats just cruising by. I thought she was going to bail right into my candle. Sorry. So again, just to recap, our message from Earth is protection. Our message from water is wisdom. Our message from air is thriving. Our message from fire is release. And our message from spirit is relaxation. So I hope you've enjoyed this reading. I hope you've connected with it in some way. I would love to hear what you think about this card deck or these readings, or if you have some stories to share. I would be incredibly interested to know how you're celebrating this spring equinox or this Ostara season, or if you celebrate these things at all. I have a feeling you do if you're watching these readings on this channel. I hope you all have a blessed equinox season. Remember, right now we are in balance, and that is a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful thing. Sorry about the head cold. Hopefully when I'm back for the Beltane reading, May 1st, I will not have a cold. We'll keep our fingers crossed. I hope you all have a wonderful season. Enjoy yourself very much. I'd love to hear from you, like I said, in the comments, but please have a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful spring equinox and a wonderful Ostara season. Thank you.